All right, so this next one is what is called a composite figure. So it's got 3 different images in one. So let me go ahead and draw out what those are. So we have a triangle up on the top here, making blue. We'll label the sides here just so we have reference to how long they are of our overall figure, because we got to find perimeter and area. So that's ignoring that part going through the middle of our figure here. But we have an X, we have part Y, that's the entire length here. Oops. From here to here. And then Z down here for our perimeter again. But we do have another triangle here as well that we're going to find the area of. But we got to find perimeter and area of this figure. And thankfully for us, 2 of the sides for the bottom and the left side here are pretty easy. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me do that again. And the base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have those 2 sides pretty easily. We just need to get the rest of them. X, Y, and Z. And to do that, we unfortunately have to use everybody's favorite, the distance formula. So for X, it's going to be the square root of our 2 points. And it has all of our vertices on here. X goes from A to E, so those are your points. Remember the distance formula. I don't have a really good spot to write it, but it's going to be the differences of the X's plus the differences of the Y's, and each one is, so the difference of the X's squared plus the differences of the Y's squared, square rooted. So that's what we're doing here. So the A's, A and E, so 0 minus -3 squared plus 4 minus 1 squared, all in this square root. So that's going to get us 3 squared plus 3 squared, which is the square root of 9 plus 9, with the square root of 18. And of course we can get that in decimal form. That's about, it's not exact, 4.24. Now for the side labeled as Y here, it's going to be equal to the square root of, again here, Y goes from A to B. So those are our points we're using. So that's going to be 0 minus 4 squared plus 4 minus 0 squared. That's going to be a -4 squared plus 4 squared, which of course -4 and 4 squared are both 16. So this is the square root of 32, which comes out to be about 5.66. And then for that last side, Z, this is all to find the perimeter. Z goes from B to C, so that's going to be 4 minus 3 squared plus 0 minus -4 squared. So that's going to be 4 minus 3 is 1 squared, plus 0 plus 4 is 4 squared. So that's going to be the square root of 1 plus 16, or the square root of 15, which again we round. Oh, where am I going? I subtracted, not 15, 17. Sorry. That is about 4.13. So now for our perimeter, we just need to add all these pieces up. So the perimeter is equal to the 4.24 for X plus the 5.66 for Y plus the 4.13 for Z plus those other 2 sides we didn't have to do any distance calculations for, 6 and 5. And our perimeter comes out to be equal to 25.02 units. We don't have a unit here of measure, that is. So that's our perimeter. Now the area isn't so bad. We have 2 triangles and a rectangle. So the area of the rectangle is equal to length times width, which in this case is the 5 and the 6, which is just 30 units squared. Again, we don't have an actual measured unit, and that's okay. So we have two triangles, area of triangle 1. Again, I like to use base times height divided by 2. You can use 1/2 base times height if that's your preference. The base for, let's say, triangle 1 is up top here. Triangle 1 base is 6. The height is 3. Divided by 2, so that's 18 divided by 2, which is 9 units squared. And then finally, our last one, running out of different colors here, the area of triangle 2, the little guy off to the right. Again, base times height divided by 2. In this case, our base is 4, and our height is 1. 4 times 1 is 4, of course, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. And now we just need to add our 3 units of area together. So our area total is 30 plus 9 plus 2, which is 41 square units. Oh, actually, you know what? I messed something up. Hang on just a second here. That's not a 4 on top here. That should be a 5 for the area of triangle 2. My bad. We all make mistakes. So that's 2.5 units squared. Not 2. So now our total area is 41.5 units squared. That's the correct answer. So let's move on. Time to look at some 3D figures. So these are the different types of solids. So if it has a curved surface, that's not a polyhedron. If it doesn't have a curved surface, it's a polyhedron. So cylinders, cones, spheres, not polyhedrons. Prisms, pyramids are polyhedrons. Simple as that. So here we're just identifying the solid, and it wants us to name the bases, faces, edges, and vertices. Lots to name in this one. So it is a polyhedron, right? It has all flat sides, no curves. So no curves equals polyhedron. And in this case, it is specifically a rectangular prism. And now we want to name all these parts, right? So the bases are the top and the bottom. So that's going to be E, F, H, G. And the bottom is A, B, D, C. Got to go around it. I know it's not alpha order, but you got to go around instead of going in alpha order. So those are the bases. Now we got to do the faces. Those are the other sides. So there's 4 of them. So E, A, C, G, F, B, A, E, H, D, B, F, and G, C, D, H. Those are our 4 faces going around the outside. And then we have edges next. The edges are all of the, edges, right? So that's going to be AB, BD, DC, CA, EF, FH, HG. You pretty much just go around it and name them that way. That's what I'm doing. GE. Then we have 4 that are going up and down we didn't name. A, E. F, B. D, H. And C, G. And then the last thing, the vertices. For this one, it's just pretty much all the points on the edges. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Now it's your turn to get some practice in.